fair play to the ref there for giving that, because sometimes they let that go. I didn't see it personally myself, but...
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another REFSIX weekly vlog. And as you can see behind me, we are at the home of Premier League club Brighton and Hove Albion. Speaking of the Premier League, this weekend, Chris Kavanagh gave 3 red cards between Fulham and Manchester United. Let us know in the comments how many games you think Mitrovic is going to be banned for, if any. It'd be great to hear what you think. On to other controversial opinions. I want to hear your opinion on my penalty that I give later on in the game. I think it's going to split the room. I think I've got it right, so I'd like to hear your comments on that as well. Also in this vlog, I head over to CryoBright, which is cryotherapy, because I've had 3 games in 7 days and my legs are feeling particularly tired. So we're trying a new form of recovery this week. Look forward to seeing you for the rest of the vlog.
So it's Thursday now, and obviously game on Saturday, game on Tuesday, both middles. I'm preparing for a game Saturday. My legs are tired. So what we're doing is something slightly different. So we've come down to CryoBright, which is cryotherapy, to try and give my legs the best shot they've got for Saturday. So something different, never done it before. We're going to do a longer video as well. But enough of that, let's get inside.
I found it great. Like I said, going in there, I thought, oh my goodness, this is very chilly. But I feel great coming out of it. Like, I feel almost refreshed. Yeah. It's great. Friday afternoon session in the tank. We did something called an SAQ, speed, agility and quickness training. So what I'm going to do is post it down below in the new fitness content that we've created for you guys. So this is all about speed, agility and quickness to make sure that we get less contact time on the ground. Feel good, ready for Walton and Hersham tomorrow, which should be a really nice game actually. 2 assistants I've not worked with before. So the next time you'll catch me will be at 9 AM tomorrow for match day. Let's get it. Good morning everyone and welcome to my pre-match walk. It's just after 10. In terms of the week, I feel great. That cryotherapy has really helped me. And I'm up for the game straight away. What's this? Game 4 in the middle on the bounce. So it's a bit weird to say, but I'm in a good vein of form at the moment. I'm enjoying it. I'm going out and having fun. You know, going into today's game, Walton and Hersham, done them before. So look, they play a good footballing team. So, you know, looking forward to it. And I'll catch you for what will be my kit bag check time. I think there's a new addition to it as well. So yeah, buzzing. Kit bag check time. So this is all the gear that I'm going to bring to my game. So this is what we're bringing to an Ishmael South Central game. And here it is. Starting off, boots, Adidas Copa boots. I like the non-laceless ones. I've really enjoyed wearing them. They're really comfy. I would recommend. And I always buy the elite versions of the boots. This is simply due to the fact that I like looking after my feet. They're softer, they're comfier, they last longer. And, you know, I spend a lot of time running. So that's what realistically I need on my feet. Good quality boots. So that's them today. Box of tricks with charger, because I'm a long way from home. REFSIX buzzer flags, that obviously come with buzzer, the flags, spare battery, and strap. And this as well, which is a spare secure strap. It's a Tudor grip. Under Armour, short sleeve, long sleeve, under shorts, warm-up stuff, crime sheets, where we obviously we have to give these to the secretaries at the end. Expenses cards, chewing gum, speaker, strawberry and lime and berry, depending on what mood I'm in. Hydro tabs from Science and Sport. Sweets, we've gone for squashies today. Socks, the true socks will be probably the ones of use today. Shorts, 2 match tops, 1 short sleeve, 1 long sleeve. Wash kit, towel, and obviously my new beautiful Castore bag. So this is all the stuff I'm bringing to today's game. I'm going to pack this stuff up and then get ready to go. Pre-match, something a little bit different today. So it's 12 o'clock, so it means it's a reasonable time to eat pasta. So I've got pasta, tuna, onion, well, it's spring onions, peppers, spinach. The good thing what I do is when these pre-match meals come out is I overcook, which is a deliberate thing. So basically, here I've got 2 pots of exactly this, which means that if I'm in a rush or I've got a midweek game or an afternoon game, then I can unfreeze these in the night before, and I can eat this pasta cold, so it's pasta salad basically, which is great because it means I can have things on the go. My pre-match playlist is here, and yeah, look forward to seeing you at the ground. Okay, so game done. Felt good. Very niggly game. Interesting. Ashford went 1-0 up. That caused us to have to raise the profile. Then I gave the strangest penalty ever. I can't quite wrap my head around it, but everyone accepted it. But I'll explain that in the debrief, because I've got to try and word exactly how I'm going to say it. Penalty to make it 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, and then that was the game. 3 yellows. I only ran 8K, but looking at my statistics in terms of heart rate zones, I didn't actually work that hard. So tomorrow I'm going to go for a longer run, maybe 9 or 10K to put the miles in my legs again. No Tuesday game, so I'm able to do that, and then I can go back into doing a normal push-pull leg split. So that's nice in terms of a week of training is good. But I feel good after doing that game. Everyone seemed happy. A couple of the crowd were just on my back for the whole time. Good day in the office, very happy with how it went, and now to go home and have a Chinese. So we're back at REFSIX HQ as always, and we're lucky enough that we've got the footage today. So we're going to go through that penalty decision that I'm sure you've all been waiting for. So first things first, we're going to go through my stats. As I said in the car, only ran 8.13K, which is considerably low, and it was quite a big pitch as well. So clearly I was in the right positions all the time, and I didn't need to work that hard. And you can see that in my heat map, that I was basically box to box, something I'm trying to avoid, and get slightly more left and hit these areas here, which is a little bit more wider to create that angle for me. In terms of sprints, you know, there weren't that many in the game. I didn't feel like I was moving that well. It was a bit strange, and this obviously confirms that to me. If we look at my first half, hardly any, and my second half, even less. So I don't know what happened to the game. It didn't feel that intense. Both teams wanted to play out the back, so that sort of backs up why there wasn't that many sprints. And then heart rate wise, I didn't work that hard. So like I said, I went for a slightly longer recovery run the next day to keep the miles in my legs and to keep my cardio high. But let's look at the penalty decision that everybody wants to see. And we're going to use the video replay tool today, so we know it was so here it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to enlarge it, and we're going to rewind a little bit so you can see the incident. And here it is. So if we just walk through it, a lot of the balls going up and down, wasn't really played along the floor. So we have to be ready for a quick break, which is here. And we'll watch it through once. Keeper's got the ball, and there's the decision to make. So we can see me in here, walking in and trying to explain to everyone what is going on. And it doesn't look very clear here. So if we go back a little bit and review it. So like I said, we were preparing for a ball over the top, and here you are, you can see me actively moving, which is good. I'm on my toes, I'm not flat-footed, so I was prepared for the long ball over the top. And this is, as a referee, something we call a trigger point, so we're ready to see what happens here. The keeper isn't guaranteed to get the ball, and neither is the number 9, so we have to make sure that we're still on the move at this point, always going forward. And in my head, I had this almost like spidey sense, being like, something could happen here, keep moving forward, rather than just be like, yep, the keeper's got it, and then start backing into a position. I was actually actively moving forward, and the keeper's got the ball here, and then there is the incident where the keeper, in my personal opinion, has put his foot in an unnatural position. Usually you understand keepers jump up and put their knee up. It's a very common defence for a goalkeeper, but slightly to the side when, in my opinion, the attacker isn't playing the ball, isn't active, and he's just, if you want to say, left one on him, and then goes down. And you can see, because it's quite zoomed in, but you can see me running in, pointing to the penalty spot. I think it's a great spot. It's against the expectation. What did the game expect? As you can see, there's quite a few surprises here. We obviously have a player down injured who wants the penalty. So if we go through, the only problem is, if we look through in terms of trying to sell the decision, what I've done here is flick my heel up. It's made me look really stupid. But again, I'm trying to sell the decision to everyone. But here we go. And the keeper's trying to say, defend that he's jumped and, caught the ball, and then the players run into him. But you can see I've gone for a yellow card here in my pocket. That's where I hold my yellow card, in my right pocket. And then I seem to have changed my mind a little bit. I've pointed to the spot because what I'm trying to do is process. Yeah, my process is check the injured player, then deal with the caution. And that's everything. But before we go into that, let's just rewind it a bit and then re-watch. Here it is. Ball comes over the top. First trigger point, second trigger point, contact there. Actually, that's the perfect spot. Why? You have to ask yourself, why is the keeper's leg there? It has no reason to be there whatsoever. So the question going through my head straight away is it violent conduct? No. Is it reckless? Yes. So it's a reckless, for me, yellow card. But it took me a long time to get to this process. There are appeals for violent conduct, which obviously puts a question mark in your head in terms of, was it violent conduct? Is it a trip? Is it reckless play? Which is what I deemed it as, and a yellow card. It's not a dog's eye because the keeper has the ball in his hand. So it's not a denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity. I thought it was reckless play, hence given that decision. And this is obviously, the decision is perfect in my opinion. I've got the decision right. It's something that, like I said, maybe needed to be a little bit more left, but that's nor here nor there. The decision is correct. Now, what we want to do is we want to take this clip from good to great. And that's something that obviously in core is what they try and teach a lot. So how do we make this clip good? So foul recognition, good. Can't really make it great because, you either give the foul or you don't. But now it's about getting the process correct. So first thing is, don't flick your leg up when you're trying to sell the decision. Just keep walking in. The second one is I've walked into the incident. So now I am allowing players to surround me. I know I'm trying to go to an injured player. I keep faffing around with my pocket. So, am I going to give a decision? Am I not? Am I going to bottle it, is what a lot of players say. So I deal with the injury, but because I've walked into the penalty box, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players potentially around me. But now we have a problem. So I'm still stuck in the penalty box. I'm now dealing with the captain, which was really easy to deal with, and this player here who is just protesting the penalty. And it's just me explaining. I needed to be more big and bold and just be like, look, it's a penalty, go away, because this goes on for quite some time. You can see me trying to explain. I've got my back to everyone. I'm surrounded. And luckily, it's the goalkeeper, because after all this time, you've then got to caution the right player. So, I'm not actually got the player in question at the moment. I've got a 4, a 6, a 5, not actually the player. So I've obviously now got the 6 as well. Do you know what I mean? It's all just a bit messy, talking through it. It's very messy. So it's about telling the players to go away, finding a safe neutral spot for me, so which would be just outside the penalty area, and using the line as my advantage, being like, if you step past this, you're going to get a caution for dissent or adopt an aggressive attitude, and that's going to be the line. So they know not to cross it, and then I can isolate the player and caution the player. And that's the big decision, really. So it's trying to take those little bits and pieces of getting the right decision and turning those good bits into great bits. And it's just about process at the moment. And now that I've done it once or twice, it gets a little bit easier and a lot easier. But it's easy to look back and find those little bits and be like, okay, that's what I need to do. So that's the decision we're going to talk about this week. We're not going to talk about any more. It's a lot to take involved, and we just want to make sure that we're turning good clips into great clips, and they're the things we need to look for when doing it. Because if we're going to take one more piece of advice from this, who have I cautioned? We're looking at this clip. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players around me, and I've cautioned the keeper. But if you're in the stand and you're an observer or a coach, you wouldn't know who I've cautioned. So isolate player. But that is everything we're going to talk about today here, and hopefully you can take some stuff in it as well. I'd love you to let me know if you think it's a penalty, what you would have done in this situation as well, how you could have handled the process better. I'm just taking bits and pieces that my coaches have taught me and then relaying it onto you. But I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, and always learning, which is an important thing, because it's a strange decision, and if it happens again, I would like to be more prepared.
But thanks very much for watching. I look forward to being back in the middle next week, and I won't tell you where yet because I can't remember. But thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you at the next REFSIX weekly vlog.